Good morning, students. Today we are starting with a new topic in Java programming, that is multi-threading. As you can see, multi-threading is a Java feature that allows concurrent execution of two or more parts of a program for maximum utilization of CPU. Each part of such a program is called a thread. So multi-threading is nothing but when you execute multiple process or a task in a particular application simultaneously, that is concurrently, is known as multi-threading. And the basic path of execution, the smallest unit of executing program or a process, is known as a thread. So threads are lightweight processes within a process itself. The primary purpose of multi-threading is to provide simultaneous execution of two or more parts of a program to make maximum use of CPU time. A multi-threaded program contains two or more parts that run concurrently. That is, multi-threaded application में एक साथ multiple processes co-execute under a single space. It enables programmers to write in a way where multiple activities can proceed simultaneously within a single application. To understand multi-threading, just have an example of any gaming app or a software that you often use. For example, solitaire, or chess, or any riding games like car racing or bike racing. कोई भी गेम कंप्यूटर्स पे जब आप खेलते हैं, राइट, तो व्हाट हैपेंस, यू प्ले लाइक पबजी, द मोस्ट पॉपुलर गेम. जब आप मूव्स लेते हैं तो विजुअल इफेक्ट्स मूव करते हैं, पीछे से साउंड इफेक्ट आता है, टाइमर क्लॉक मूव्स ऑन, एंड योर स्कोर कार्ड इज आल्सो काउंटेड. सो देयर आर 4 एक्टिविटीज व्हिच आर रनिंग अंडर अ सिंगल एप्लीकेशन. पहला, टाइमर चल रहा है आपके जो टाइम काउंट कर रहा है. दूसरा, स्कोर काउंट हो रहा है. तीसरा, साउंड इफेक्ट आ रहा है. और चौथा, आपका जो विजुअल इफेक्ट्स आ रहे हैं जब आप एज अ प्लेयर मूव्स अपने आगे बढ़ रहे हैं. तो 4 activities are concurrently being controlled and executed under a single application, that is that process. So that is an example of multi-threading. Multi-threaded applications execute 2 or more threads concurrently, hence it is also known as concurrency in Java. Okay, multi-threading का दूसरा नाम है concurrency. Multiple threads don't allocate separate memory area, hence they save memory, and also context switching between thread takes lesser time. So they are really high performing applications in minimum resources. Next, what is multitasking? Oftenly we confuse with the term multi-threading and multitasking. I give an explanation. Multi-threading is a term which is used with respect to applications, jabki multitasking is a term which is used with respect to operating systems. Okay, it is a way of executing multiple tasks at a time, executing them concurrently over a specified period. Multitasking is done in 2 ways. These are process-based multitasking and thread-based multitasking. Process-based multitasking is also called as multiprocessing, where each process has its address memory. That is, जितने भी processes execute होते हैं, उनको separate memory allocate होती है. जबकि thread-based multitasking में, it is also termed as multi-threading, where threads share the same address space. Next, we discuss is life cycle of a thread. A thread goes through a various stages of its life cycle. For example, first the thread is born. Okay. Next, it's started its task, that is running, run a sequence of tasks, and then dies. So ये diagram आपको clear example देगा एक understanding about the life cycle of a thread. New thread, first stage. Second, it enters a runnable state. Runnable is an infant stage of a human life cycle जहाँ पे एक infant दौड़ता नहीं है but is capable of running. Crawling state जिसको बोलते हैं. तो that is a runnable state. Once a run method is called, रनिंग स्टेट में जाता है और फिर उसके बाद बीच में स्विच करता है, पॉज बटन आप दबाते हो तो नॉट रनेबल स्टेट में आता है फॉर अ टाइम बीइंग. स्लीप फंक्शन, सस्पेंड फंक्शन, वेट फंक्शन, ये रिस्पॉन्सिबल होते हैं एक रनेबल थ्रेड को नॉट रनेबल स्टेज में लाने के लिए. और ये स्विचिंग होती रहती है. वंस माय एंटायर प्रोसेस इज कंप्लीटेड, द थ्रेड एंटर्स द डेड स्टेट. Okay, so new thread, runnable, running, not runnable, and dead state are the prominent states of a thread's life cycle. Next, we see the theory part. New thread. A new thread begins its life cycle in new state. The process remains in this condition until the program starts the thread. Runnable state. As soon as the new thread starts, the thread status becomes runnable. जैसे ही हम th ऑब्जेक्ट को th.start मेथड कॉल करते हैं, my thread set to be entered into a runnable state. At this stage, the thread is considered to execute its function. Runnable, जब जैसे ही start function कॉल होगा, it will call for run method. Run method automatically execute होगा और उसका जो भी task होगा वो complete करेगा. Running state. बीच में अगर हम उस thread के execution को pause करेंगे through sleep, wait और suspend method, तो thread is said to be entered a not runnable state. A running thread, when entered the time of waiting for the specific state for a specific interval of time, that is a not runnable state. Okay, and last may dead state, that the thread enters the end stage when it completes its task. That is a dead state, when we deallocate the memory or the resources allocated to a thread. Next, we look up to threads. How do we implement in a programming? Threads can be created by using two mechanisms, extending it from the thread class or implementing the runnable interface. Java's multi-threading system is built upon thread class, its methods, and its companion interface, runnable. Children, both these thread class and runnable interface are the part of java.lang package. Okay, so this is a package that gets attached to your program by default, so you don't have to do much about it. Next, I've given you the list of certain functions used in programming of threads. So you can just have a note of it. And I'll stop over here because the programming part of it, I would like to discuss in my live session. So as far as theory of threading is concerned, that's all. And thank you.